Let's talk New Balance Indoor Grand Prix. Race I'm most looking forward to seeing, Gordon. Men's
Si
60 hurdles. You agree?
Yeah, I looked at the rest of the fields and I was like, "Yeah, this is
This
the
is
best
it.
one.
That's
This is
it. Did
it. This is
everybody
the."
stay in the field? Okay, because you got to refresh sometimes. Grant Holloway, his debut, world record holder in the 60-meter hurdles. You got Devon Allen and Daniel Roberts coming off of Milrose, where they went 1-2. That was a very exciting race. And then you have Trey Cunningham, who has the fastest time in the world this year, the collegian who's already run in the 7.4s. Those four guys are going to make up for a fantastic race. Um, and Holloway obviously has to be the big favorite, but this is going to be a tough test for his opener because if you had a list of top 6, 7, 8 hurdlers in the world right now, even top 5, based on how they're running right now, you could make an argument for all four of these guys being in the top 5. I mean, I know I have on the rankings, I have them all in that top 5 group right now. These four guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically a de facto USA's right here. Like, this is the USA final, right? I wouldn't There's no one else really that's not on this start list that you kinda consider a contender, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
can you think of anyone else that's missing from this race on the American side?
I mean, Jared Eaton usually runs well indoors and outdoors. He's been consistent. But I think right now, if you had to say who are the favorites to make the team, it would be Holloway, obviously one. Allen, based on what he did post in the Olympics too, post Olympics, and then indoors, and then Roberts was just a tick behind, and Cunningham, he'll be fun to watch this year too, as he has collegiate eligibility left. But it's not as if we've never seen a collegiate guy run really well at the postseason meets in the pro competition. So yes, I agree with you. Long way to say yes, I agree with you.
I mean, Holloway's gonna destroy the field. It's not even a question. He's run 7.2 in the
Destroy.
60
Okay,
hurdles. So,
you
he's
think
gonna
destroy?
destroy everyone. It's really a race for second, and, it's okay because luckily, Grant Holloway has a bye to World Indoors, so despite Holloway might not even do USAs. He might skip USAs. So this might be the only opportunity that these Americans have to race Holloway because he might skip USAs, just go right to Worlds. So you want to kind of know where you're at against the current GOAT of the 60 hurdles, which is Holloway. So
Mm-hmm.
gives you a little perspective. You go out there, Milrose, it looks good with that. Trey Cunningham does this little solo thing in Texas Tech that looks good. But then, like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
what does this look like when I'm going up against Grant Holloway? And you get a little bit of perspective. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
see the perspective of your time really is.
It's wild that Holloway is only 1 year ahead of Cunningham in terms of when they started college. Holloway started in 17. Cunningham started in 18. And Cunningham's still in college. It feels like Grant's been a pro forever now.
Yeah.
Like he stayed through 19, but 19 Worlds, he had signed his contract. Then obviously 20, 21. Now we're in 22. It just and he stayed 3 years in college too. It wasn't like he went pro after his freshman year. It's just the way things worked with the COVID year. Um, I think this will be Holloway's toughest test indoors this season, and I predicted Holloway would go undefeated all year, indoors out. I think he's going to break the world record. Outdoors, I think he's going to run under 1280 a couple times. That's what I said at the beginning of the year. So I think he will win this race, but I think this is going to be his toughest race of all indoors, just because these guys all have a race underneath their belt, and they're all running really well right now.
Yeah. Toughest race. If you're trying to go undefeated, I feel like the toughest race would be the first one because you're like, all right, I'm going undefeated. It starts
Mhm.
now, and then you kind of can overthink it, right?
Yeah,
And he's not. This
yeah,
isn't some rinky-dink college meet where he's gonna go up against like the
exactly.
10th best runner in the NCAA. He's going against, you know, the world leader in
Yeah,
Cunningham, the two top guys in the US. So it's like he's
yeah.
going up against some tough competition.
And they've already raced, and he hasn't. If it was everybody's debut, it'd be different. But
Yeah.
all things are not equal here. He's going to have to be sharp here to win this thing because I think if they can run 6.4 low, again, that's not, he can run that. He's obviously run faster than that as a world record holder, but to do that on Sunday, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. You look at the list right here, throw up that yearly list: Cunningham, Allen, Roberts, 1, 2, 3. Lagarde would be the other guy in the top 5 for me right now, because like Andrew Pazzi, who runs well indoors usually, he did not have a good final in Karlsruhe, and Martin Odegaard won that race. So I think these 4 are as good as it gets, and to have a field like that indoors is rare, which is why I think it's the best race of the entire meet. What other fields stood out to you when you look through this race or this meet? Excuse me.